going to talk about the 4 basic bar chords. The 4 basic bar chords are widely used in chord progressions and songs of many genres. There are 4 basic bar chords, 2 that start on the low E string and 2 that start on the A string. The first bar chord we're going to learn is the E string minor bar chord. That starts on the 5th fret of the low E string with your pointer finger. The next note is 7th fret of the A string, 3rd finger. The next note is the D string, 7th fret, 4th finger. The next 3 notes of the bar chord are going to be played with your pointer finger on the 5th fret. So the pointer finger is responsible for the low E string, 5th fret, as well as the 5th fret of G, B, and E string. So that finger is playing 4 notes. Play each note individually, and then strum. The next bar chord we're going to learn is the E string major bar chord, which starts on the 5th fret of the low E string. 5th fret of low E, pointer finger, then the 7th fret of the A string with your 3rd finger. The next note is the 7th fret of the D string. So far, this is just like the previous chord. The next note is going to be on G, fret 6 with your middle finger. The next 2 notes in the bar chord are barred with your pointer finger on the 5th fret. So low E, B string, and high E string are all played with your pointer finger. The next chord is going to be the A string minor bar chord. That starts on the 5th fret of the A string with your pointer finger. The next note is the 7th fret of the D string, 3rd finger. The next note is G, 7 with 4th finger. The next note is going to be on the B string, 6th fret, middle finger. The last note is going to be the 5th fret, high E string, pointer finger. So in this chord, our pointer finger is barring the A string and the high E string. Again, strum each note, then strum all the notes together. Next, we're going to learn the A string major bar chord. We're going to start on the 5th fret of the A string with our pointer finger. The next 3 notes are going to be barred with our 3rd finger on fret 7 of D string, G, and B. 7th fret, all with our 3rd finger. 4 notes, 2 fingers. No high E string. When playing the A string bar chord, make sure to apply pressure on the tip of your ring finger, bringing the rest of your finger down towards the fretboard, creating an angle on your first knuckle. We're going to use the 4 basic bar chords in a chord progression. A chord progression refers to the set of chords that shape a song. To learn more about chord progression, see the video link in the description. The chord progression we're going to play starts on the 5th fret of the low E string. We're going to play the minor bar chord shape. 5th fret of E, pointer finger. 7th fret of A, 3rd finger. D string, 7th fret, 4th finger. The next 3 notes are going to be barred with our pointer finger, fret 5. So all together. The next chord in our progression is the major E string bar chord, starting on the 8th fret of the E string, 10th fret of the A string with our 3rd finger, 10th fret of the D string with our 4th finger. The next note is going to be on G, 9th fret. The next two strings are barred with our pointer finger on the 8th fret of B and E. The next chord in our progression uses the minor A string bar chord shape. That starts on the 5th fret of the A string with our pointer finger. The next note is the 7th fret of the D string, 3rd finger. The next note begins on G, 7th fret. The next note is on the B string, 6th fret, middle finger. The final note is on the high E string, 5th fret with our pointer finger. So our pointer finger is barring the A string and high E string with this chord. The next chord in our progression starts on the 8th fret of the A string. This is going to be the major shape. So we start with our pointer finger on the 8th fret of the A string, and then the next 3 notes of the chord are going to be barred on the 10th fret with our 3rd finger. So that's the 10th fret of the D string, 10th fret of G, and 10th fret of B. Once you can play each note in all 4 chords, try strumming them 4 times before moving on to the next. These 4 basic bar chords can be played with different rhythms. For anyone who studies music theory, the progression we did was an A minor, 1, 3, 4, 6 chord progression. Each of the 4 basic bar chords can be initiated on any fret of their strings. So if we start with the minor bar chord we learned, we have A minor. If we move up, let's say 2 frets, that would be B minor. If we moved up another fret, we'd have C minor. And so on. Each fret, using the same shape, is a different chord. We can do the same thing on the E string major bar chord. We started on the 5th fret of the E string, which is A. If we go up 2 frets, that's B. If we go up another fret, that is C. By starting this shape on different frets, we get different chords. We can do the same thing with our A string bar chords. If we looked at our A string minor bar chord starting on the 5th fret, that would be D minor. If we go up 2 frets, that would be E minor. If we go up 1 more fret, that would be F minor. We can start this shape on any fret of that string, resulting in different chords. And with the A string major bar chord, we can do the same thing by starting on the 5th fret, making our chord our major A string major bar chord shape. That's D major. If I slide up 2 frets, that's E major. If I slide up 1 more fret, this would be F major. The same effect if you play that chord beginning on any fret of the A string, maintaining that shape. Thank you.